What the hell was I just talking about right now?
Talking about flagged for a couple.
Oh yeah. So back when I was doing the show with we're going off of the I'm Black He's Mexican podcast.
Yeah.
The YouTube that we used, which where we have so the videos were honestly we had I guess pretty much some of the biggest buzz, so to speak, because when people would retweet things or we would chop up episodes to smaller little increments for whatever the subject matter was.
Yeah.
Those things are the ones that the Russian hacker bots were fucking reposting and all these things. And as shitty as it sounds, why we would hate on it for election standards, shit, for a regular motherfucking average Joe ass podcast, you know what I'm saying, like that, it really comes into the clutch when it comes to shit like that. Anyways, because I would use, and because of his hiatus, and then me kind of running the show afterwards, and me loving the beats that you would make, I would use that as background music.
Yeah. And
I don't know if you've caught any of them, if you've catched it or not. I don't know if I've ever even asked you for permission. I just figured something to fill in the back that sounds dope, that I was hoping would garner some kind of attention. Like, yo, we need a.
Yeah.
Who the fuck is this guy? And I never knew whether your moniker would have been Wolf Boy or Master Bruce or some that or another. Have you come up with anything in particular where you'd prefer, or have you not given any thought?
Yeah, no, for sure. Because most of the guys in the group already have their names. Since I'm more of a, I'm with them, but I'm more in the background. Because I do not do any of the singing, so I myself put myself in the background. So I haven't really. I've given it a thought, but I'm more concerned about pushing out songs and trying to think of a fucking name. But I have a name, nothing special. It's just Wolf. But the only difference is there's an X instead of an O. I'm trying to be hipster and very very edgy, So I don't know. We'll see how it works. But yeah, Wolf is so far.
So then, have you made any online monikers based off of that?
No, I personally haven't. Right now, we only have the BMO Boys account. I wasn't trying to separate ourselves too much. I want to keep mystery around us, so I wasn't trying to have. Because in the very beginning, everyone had their own name or their own Instagram accounts with their names, to kind of build the moniker, like you mentioned. But I felt like we were dividing the attention among 4 people, and I don't think that was the best route to go. I figured we should, promote BMO Boys because that's the actual group. Mm-hmm. Once we start getting some leeway, then you can start branching off and make your own, identity and kind of build some mystery about yourself. But till right now, let's get the name out there first, get their foot in the door, and then we can start, worrying about that. So,
well, I'm definitely going to ask you to do some plugs at the very end of this episode. But while we're at it,
it's BIMO and then Boys with the Z. Because, we're edgy. And Boys to Men is an influence of mine.
Oh, God. That's not a lie. Yo, what's so crazy? Whenever this is definitely why I wanted to be able to speak on you more, because I have no frame of reference when I want to bring you up, because I want to be able to shout you. I want to be able to pull up, your online things so I can show off your work.
Yeah.
When I do that and I do talk about you, you're such I'm trying to think of the word. What would be the word? You're such an anomaly of sorts, because when I think of you and I think of just the hardcore beginnings, meeting you, and then your musical taste compared to musical influences.
Yeah.
The fact that what do you call the type of rock that you fancy? I know it's not called djent. What is that shit? What's the genre? What's the subgenre of rock that's called?
I don't know. It's kind of hard because it's not. People would say it's djent. I don't know.
See, because when I try to tell people djent, they're like, "What the fuck is that?" I'm like, music like.
Yeah, now it's probably like fucking tech gent. I don't know. It gets so
really.
Yeah, we're so the rock communities sometimes, even though we claim to be so hardcore, we're so fucking particular about our fucking tags. I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ. No, I'm power aggressive metal. What the fuck is the difference from power metal to power aggressive? What makes it more aggressive? Let me know, bud. So I don't know. It's hard to. I don't know.
I was gonna say, what is it called when you're? This is passive aggressive postmodern rock.
Yeah, exactly. There's post hardcore, there's hardcore punk, there's post hardcore punk. it goes fucking forever.
But see, the thing that I respect about it, as far as like how the rock genres are kind of labeled, it's a whole lot more. You could follow it along more than you could a fucking Dragon Ball series, because I'm like, what the fuck? Okay, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super, fucking Goku God. Like, when the fuck does nigga get the red hair? Like,
yeah. I mean, at least the tags do describe the genre. You know what I mean? At least to me, I mean, granted, you know what I mean. There's the radio rock, which is pretty much exclusively Nickelback.
Why do people hate Nickelback so much? Is it just because they're the most obviously selling out? Like, I
mean, yeah, probably. I mean, it's just like, why does everyone hate Britney Spears? You know what I mean? I mean, granted, she's done some very, very questionable things in her public life, but I mean, it's just, those guys took the hit for everybody, so everyone hates them because they made rock. Because rock. This is where it gets kind of difficult to try to.
You're about to get elitist on me.
So, at least to me, when you go to Hot Topic and you see your band that you thought was underground, you usually get pissed off because you're like, fuck, it's in the main store. Everyone's going to know about it. Everyone's going to fucking jump on the bandwagon. They're all going to like it. I can't like it no more. It's not exclusive. It's not underground. It's kind of like that. So the fact that Nickelback made it mainstream, like I said, the rock community is very weird. They have very quirks about them,
See, but in that same essence, and I guess argue can be said for anything that ever made it to fucking MTV. But I remember growing up, I guess you could say, part of like the TRL generation of sorts, because late 90s, early 2000s, even into the mids, like when that was a prominent thing, back when MTV actually played music videos. I don't even think fucking MTV2 plays music videos.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Because it's all fucking reality shit. And I know there used to be an MTV Trace, which is 3 for those that don't fucking know any bit of Spanish.
Yeah, there was.
And I think that only played like Latino shit. So even then, it's like, man, so where the fuck does the music TV come in and play?
Yeah.
But yeah, so back in trying to say, so thinking TRL top 10 days, if you were to see your fucking favorite music video on that top 10 countdown, you can pretty much say it's no longer a fucking underground hit, right?
Basically. I mean, it's just like, for example, when Avenged Sevenfold, at least, I liked Avenged Sevenfold. I mean, I still like them now, but not as much as I used to when I was younger. But when they first came out, they were pretty parkour for their time. I mean, they were along As I Lay Dying and whatnot, as far as, what was coming out.
Isn't that its own band?
Yeah, As I Lay Dying was another band that came up with them. But like, for example, once, Avenged Sevenfold hit the radio waves, they became more softer and people started arguing, how come he's not screaming no more? Did he, mess up his voice? And so much controversy. I'm like, what if it was just his choice? If you want to give up? What if you want to do something different? You can't hate the guy. Right. But it's just like, I'm a very avid Deftone fan,
Yeah.
Everyone talks shit if Chino goes this way. I'm like, dude, he's a fucking human. He evolves. He changes, At least I hope he would evolve and change, not stay in the same fucking rut the whole entire time.
I was going to say, when you see an artist and they go through obviously wanting to expand their sound, do you feel like having to stick to the old sound, just to cater to old heads, is any better or worse than actually evolving as a fucking artist and creating different kinds of art?
I think yes and no. I think you definitely should evolve. You should definitely push your boundaries. Grow as an individual, grow as a musician, or whatever it may be. But I think it wouldn't hurt to throw a little fan service, because
right. Okay, so it's fan service is what that is.
Yeah, if it wasn't for the fans, you wouldn't be where you're at now. You know what I mean? So I'm not saying suck their dick 24/7. But throw them a bone. You know what I mean? Maybe like Metallica, they try to recapture the raw garage days, and they literally released a fucking EP called Garage Incorporated, which is a bunch of like covers of trying to mimic them being back in their younger days, to give that energy, that rawness of, hey, let's play some covers, dude, and fucking drink some beers, which I thought was kind of cool. I mean, that was a nice little homage to their olden days, so I think it'd be cool.
When did that come out? Because I haven't even heard of that.
I think it was like in the 90s, or late 90s, early 2000s, when they got kind of weird and started wearing makeup and black nails. Yeah, it was kind of weird.
So was this before or after like all the Napster bullshit?
I want to say it was around the same time, I believe. I think it was the same time. I mean, I'm not a huge Metallica fan, so I don't have the timeline, fucking crystal clear. But I think it was around the same time, because I know it was early 2000s, maybe like 2000, 2003, around that era. I think. I mean, I might be completely wrong.
Because I want to say that's pretty much when that controversy started. Because it wasn't until I mean, it had to have been early 2000s, that fucking Napster, and I mean, I'm saying little download sites like
fucking
not
LimeWire.
Frostbite, LimeWire. There you go.
Shit, you know how much porn I downloaded off that thing? It was always the same
Dude.
video. Or the Bill Clinton thing.
You know what? The only shit I've ever downloaded, and God bless her. I don't know where she is right now. I hope she's listening. Fucking Sasha Grey. I was such like the biggest fan. It's only real name that I knew outside of like Ava Taylor or something that I remember seeing from like a documentary. I'm like, oh my god, they exploit those poor girls.
Yeah.
Not knowing she'd been fucking sucking dicks since she was 14 after her fucking uncle fondled her, like Lord forbid.
Jesus Christ.
All right, so back to again, music genres. All right, so then for me to explain and again, just for lack of a better word, your degent styles, preferences, to going back to you growing up to listening to like 90s R&B. And saying thanks to your mama. And I don't know if your pops was into that too. Like, what does he listen to? Like,
no, my he was more into.
He seems more gangster than anything else. Like, but I couldn't hear him listening to like lowrider oldies or something.
No, for sure. I mean, he listened to that stuff when he was with my mom. But I think him personally, when my dad is kind of adopted to whoever he was with at the time. So, for example, my mom, she listened to Roger and Zap, or Zap and Roger. Gap Band, Cover Girls, Trinier, all that 80s freestyle stuff. And then when my dad left my mom, he got with his ex-wife. She listened to country, so he became Garth Brooks overnight. George Strait.
And that would explain why he's listening to Tunga Tungas.
Yeah, exactly. So he kind of adapts to wherever he's at. Which, I mean, hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. I can't blame him. So it changed from Mana and all the freestyle stuff to George Strait, Alan Jackson. I mean, I know all this. Yeah.
Wait, you're not talking about the Spanish alt pop rock?
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. So
I think Mana would be a current thing because of
Oh yeah, I mean for sure. I mean it stayed current throughout his whole time. He's had a couple bands that were his specifically, like Mana and what is it? What are their name? Egyptian Kings, or what's their name? They're a pretty big Mexican band. I can't remember. Something
Egyptian
Kings.
Gypsy Kings. Cumbia King? Oh, Gypsy. Wait, no, isn't that like a punk band?
No, I think is it Gypsy? I don't know. It's something Kings.
Okay.
But they're a really big Mexican band. They've been around since Mana's time. Like they've been around for a while. He likes them a lot.
I was gonna say Mana is probably, and I don't stay too up and current with them, but like every single time like I've heard a Mana song, you can tell, oh nigga, that's a Mana song.
Oh, for sure. They always have
if that makes any sense.
They have like that little flute or whatever that noise. They always have a certain sound, which I appreciate them for because at least they're consistent. You know what I mean?
See, and that's one thing too where I've never, and again, me not being part of the hardcore audience, I don't hear grumblings of they're it's all the same shit or they've changed. So I feel like it's kind of weird that either you're known, I don't know. I guess you have to just be in the scene because how else would you know the difference of one or the other, as opposed to Korn, who you do fuck with them, right? At least used to. Just how I used to fuck with them. I mean, come on, that was kind of like it was hard to grow up mid 2000s and like not rock with them.
No, for sure.
And I forget who died from the band. That then the drummer was a guitarist, Monkey, or not Monkey, Head. I think it was Head.
I know you got addicted to drugs. That's all I know.
And I think his real name is Brian something. But the guy who played Head, who probably was the freakiest looking cat out of them all, was the one that got born again. I remember, I don't know if he had left the band or what, but then I didn't know fucking Fieldy turned Christian too.
Yeah, him too.
Yet he didn't leave, so I didn't know if that was a matter of, I don't know, it'd be fucking crazy dope if they're all just fucking newly reborn.
Right, all of them.
Because I feel like Jonathan, and you heard about what happened to his ex-wife, right?
His past wife, yeah.
Well, see, were they divorced at the time, or were they just going through some shit?
I don't know. From what I read, it said estranged, but for all you know, they could have been together. But at least everything I read was estranged. So
you know what? Well, when they do say that, I guess that just means that they could have been separated. There might not have been any sort of legal proceedings to go from it.
Exactly.
And I hadn't clicked on it just because the click art looks so fucked up. He was on. There's a YouTube thing called "What's in My Bag," and I forget. I think it's Amoeba Records. I think it's out in California. I'm not too sure if that's an LA thing or not.
Yeah. We have one in Hollywood.
anyways, for whatever fucking reason, people go to Amoeba Records. They do a fucking video of what's in your bag or in your card or whatever the fuck little handled bullshit made of plastic that holds all your soon-to-be purchases. He had an episode on that, and I put it on my YouTube watch later so I could take a look at it, another time. But something about the click art, what is it called? Clickbait? Not clickbait.
No, thumbnail.
Clip art. Thumbnail. There you go. Whatever the hell that was. He just looked like he was fucking wrecked.
Oh, yeah.
Probably came to, I don't know why the fuck you'd want to buy another Cure record for nostalgia purposes to cry. Right. But he looked like he was ready for that, and that these fucking cameras just fucking ambushed his ass. Like, oh, yo, you're Jonathan Davis. Like, let's fucking record this. So, for whatever reason. And I hope they didn't delete it, because sometimes, I don't know, do you ever put shit on Watch Later?
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes I have my Watch Later list.
So for whatever reason, that actually comes into play for me a lot, because I'm like, I gotta show my woman. I'll watch this when I got headphones. Anyways, sometimes I don't know if you noticed it, but when you put videos on there, either be moved to private or it'll just be straight up deleted.
Yeah.
And I always think to myself, I'm like, what the fuck was that I put on there so I can hopefully remember for next time, or
right.
You know what I'm saying? Because it happens often, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But anyways, one of those videos just always ends up going private. Sometimes delete. I'm thinking, shit, like, what the fuck did I miss? I could have, got some scoop. Because sometimes you post it too early. Sometimes you didn't fucking realize you're supposed to schedule it for later, or whatever reasons. But I don't know if you ever noticed that. So again, and I don't know who else is original. I think their drummer died. Man, I don't fucking remember. I was hoping you would know.
Yeah, I can't. I just know that Brian, when he went to rehab and he left and then became born again. That's all I personally know.
Ah, okay. I do remember his story, and he actually started his Christian tour out here in Phoenix, which I don't know whether to be excited about or not, because I'm like, where are the hardcore Christian corn fans? Right. But back to what I was trying to say about them. They're a group who they always sounded the same. I haven't heard complaints of them not being the same. Have you?
Not me personally, no.
So then the only time I ever hear bullshit is when the last time I remember hearing bullshit, it wasn't ever about the Christianity shit. It was about them doing a thing with Skrillex. And this is back when what's that music called? That genre of music? Dubstep. That's when that shit just came out.
Yeah.
And he had gotten whatever notoriety. And I remember, oh man, I don't know if I told you this. I had to do a DUI thing because I got fucked with DUI really early on in life.
Yeah.
And I had to do breathalyzers. I had to do these, like, what they call dynamic living counseling courses, which is pretty much where you have to give a $20 donation, which is mandatory. So I don't know how the fuck they call it a donation. And then you got to sit in a group and pretty much talk to a bunch of other druggies or alcoholics that are in the same predicament, and supposedly, have a coming to Jesus moment.
Yeah.
And it was very AA in the essence, to where we did the Lord's Prayer beginning or at the end or something. Or maybe the guy just had a fucking Lord's Prayer little tiny ass little chain. I forget what it was. It was a big Rasta looking dude where I could tell he got to dip his pen in all the little hoskies that ran through him. But I remember meeting this white boy who, for lack of a better term of phrase, and I know I have listeners out there, which is the craziest part. That's what my biggest demographic is. The type of nigga that you could tell he probably lived and breathed Slipknot. You know what I'm saying? That kind of Iowa kid.
Gotcha.
And I'm only saying that because I know that they're from out there. That's why every single time I speak to someone from out there, I'm like, dude, do you fuck with Slipknot? Like,
they have no idea what that is.
Yeah, they're like, huh? What? I'm like, dude, they're like your national treasure. How the fuck do you not know? It's like like asking me.
I can make a Slipknot, but I don't listen to one.
Is that when you lick it? But it's also like saying, "Whoa, have you ever been to the Grand Canyon?" And honestly, for truth, living here all my fucking life, never really saw the reason to go to that. Yeah. But same thing, where people they correlate one with the other. How the fuck have you not gone to the Grand Canyon? Yeah. I know of this Grand Canyon you speak of. Anyways, so this kid, again, looking of the sort, he was one of the first goth kids I've ever seen outside in real life. Mm-hmm. If that makes any sense. Mm-hmm. Like, I've only seen goth kids at school.
Yeah.
Where the fuck do they go once they're outside of school? Where are the goth kids hiding?
Right.
Anyways, he looked like one of them. Like, I'm talking about, like, the big old Janko pants. I'm like, I didn't really make those shits anymore. Anyways, again, I'm not hating on him. I'm just describing him. And I remember, and he had the cutest little also odd looking girlfriend that when I went to his apartment, because I don't know what the fuck we were hanging out for. Oh, I think it was to smoke. I forget what that fake weed shit is called.
Not salvia, but
not salvia, something else.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Spice, maybe.
Yeah,
I don't remember exactly.
Yeah,
anyways, we went to go smoke that because obviously, couldn't smoke anything else. We had to fucking do piss tests with our donations. And anyways, this kid, this is the first time I ever seen the Akai 49 or 61 MIDI controller. The one where they just got the fucking MPC pads and all the transport shit on the side. Dude, I would fucking jerk off looking at Musician's Friend or Guitar Center just to look at the one fucking page that catered to digital samplers.
Yeah.
Anyways, this kid fucking had it, and he was fucking with Fruity Loops. I didn't respect the Fruity Loops just because of its ease of obtaining, not realizing it really does fucking magic.
Yeah.
Anyways, seeing this kid fucking make what was it, dubstep song, like fresh from just like from hitting, I don't know, starting a fucking click track to just putting all the little odds and ends in. Bro, I was like, damn, I no wonder this cute little odd looking fucking Alandi visor looking bitch is fucking on your dick right now. Like, that's fucking magic. And I don't know what the fuck I did with this information. I never was able to reconnect back with them other than that one time that we kicked it. And literally when that happened, I was done with my little courses and I was ready to be a big boy and smoke real marijuana. Anyways. Yeah, I remember being stuck to that kid and just like, oh my god, your musical prowess. Just because, seeing it done in magic, man, that shit is magic.
Yeah, for
Same
sure.
thing, you know what I'm saying? Like every time I fucking see you get in the ins and outs and shit like that.
Yeah.
As far as all that goes, how often are you producing new stuff?
New stuff? I would say maybe every 2 months. Roughly, because now that we're doing every 2 months, I would say, because I just made a new song maybe about 2 months ago. We're almost finishing it now. We meet once a week on Sunday today, and we we'll work on one song. There's 3 guys, including myself, so it takes a little bit of time just because everyone has to write together, so I'm trying to make them write together so they're more in tune with each other. It's not rapper A, rapper B, rapper C.
That's what's up.
It's like I'm trying to redo the Beatles if I can with these guys. Not necessarily the singing aspect, but just the songwriting, how it's so intricate with each other. Because I appreciate that when I see that, as opposed to just saying, oh, here goes rapper A, oh, here goes rapper B, oh, and rapper C, called it. So I'm trying to break them from that cycle. I don't mind the structure. Structure's good. Right. However, I want them to, develop their writing abilities, develop their lyrical prowess, just develop everything and be able to write as a group, not just, hey, I got this verse, so.
Yeah, fucking, all my shit was way more fire. It was way more flame. It was more lit.
Dude, it was fucking gas, dude, and I just lit it on fire.
Yo, I love when I hear new different slang, I'm like, oh, I can see why that makes sense. Oh, I see where that evolved from, and it makes me feel like so fucking old, dude.
Yeah, real shit.
I mean, not even to mention that I'm like, I got a couple of years on your ass. I'm like, oh, I feel even more ancient. But I was gonna say though, so that's good that they're actually coming together, because I remember. And I don't know if this is just a rap thing, especially if you're not part of a collective. It's that people usually they are in their own. They're coming from a fucking closet, gotta have the lights turned off, and then like I know I wouldn't ever be able to fucking record in front of you just because, you know what I'm saying, like didn't want to fuck up. And then I started becoming self-conscious with you there. I'm like, oh, why the I'm like, thank you, consciousness, thanks for picking a fucking great time to come by. Now when I fucking don't need you, which is why I was so impressed that you'd give them, I don't know if you said 3 or 4 strikes where, they get 4 fucking takes, and if they don't get, have you become more lenient with that? Or do you feel like that's what's able to chisel them into where they are?
No, for sure I had to be way more lenient. We turned it into, they have 2 hours each. You do what you want to waste it, hey, fine with me. You want to be productive, I appreciate it more. But I realized with the I think the limit was 5. I think with the 5, it created too much pressure and too much, like you just said, happened. And I think that's too hardcore right off the bat for them. Because like I said, 2 of them are seasoned, or getting seasoned, and one's my brother's brand new. I mean, he's barely been in the last 2 songs. So I mean, I was like, nah, it's a little too hardcore, at least for him.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what, just give them 2 hours each, and they can do what they want.
You know what though, your brother being as green as he is, he's probably, and this is I have no reason to fucking suck your dick, you know what I'm saying? But he's especially because you don't have no hat in that essence. But I really feel like he's so creative, dude.
Yeah.
And the shit that he says to me is the most quotable.
Yeah.
And I feel just like in a good ass Tarantino movie or in any other song in general, it's about what you are left with after it's done.
Yeah.
So what stuck to your ribs, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
And I forget, mind you, I only heard maybe 1 or 2 of his songs. I think he only showed me maybe 1. But yeah, I remember, and again I can't think of it right now, but at the time I was like, oh my fucking god, like I laughed. Like I genuinely laughed, like hearing him, and it wasn't a way to like in a fucking Tommy so from the fucking room kind of laugh at. No, I'm laughing because I'm like, holy shit, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
And
he's got some pretty catchy lyrics. I'll give it to him.
Yeah. So I feel like, man, that I appreciate the most, and I feel that's where you get your star come out of the grubble of things. So I mean, I guess I'm glad that you get into it. So, damn, you invest 6 hours into the recording thing?
Yeah, so we start usually around 10, and then we end up at around, 4? Yeah, 4. And then around 4. Usually
we end up going over, or are you pretty like, all right, fuckers, you're done?
It depends. If I feel like it's not really doing too much, then I get a little irritated, then I cut it short. But if we're making leeway, we're pushing through, then I'm more lenient. I'll go to 6 sometimes. But usually we'll do like a lunch together too. We'll go eat at our favorite wing spot around town, and we'll eat there and kind of regroup on ideas and come back and finish up. But it just kind of depends. I mean, like today we're talking about marketing and how to do this, because we finished 3 songs now and we want to push them all out together. We have a 4th one we want to do as well, but it's still on the back burner. But we're trying to figure out, marketing wise, what's the most smartest route for us. So today, that's kind of what today is, just marketing and figuring out, hey, who's gonna have the SoundCloud, who's gonna have this, who's gonna have that, yada.
Yo, you gotta let me sit on one of those sessions. I pissed off the wife good and plenty that I'm pretty sure she's abandoned me for the day. So I don't know. I don't mean to impose myself, but I'm being for real. Like I feel like that's one of the things that. And this is the part that I get pissed off at, that I feel like the creative is there, the potential and the talent to continue is also there, but one of the keyest things to any fucking dream is fucking execution. Yeah. And then on top of that, just seeing that bitch through to completion. Yeah. Execution and completion.
Exactly.
You can try. Yeah. But that's exactly what you're fucking doing. You're trying. You're not doing.
Exactly.
And then. So yeah, I know that's been one of my biggest battles is the fucking completion, because there'd be times when I'd be so fucking inspired, and then again I get to the point where I got a fucking a 4-beat loop, you know what I'm saying, and I feel like that's enough to carry shit, but obviously it's fucking not, because whatever moment you capture, that's all that shit's good for, unless it's a point of reference, and then I'll crap out. We either move on to the next thing or just fucking quit altogether, which is why I love, you gotta have that fucking hard ass to reel shit back in. Yeah. Like, and that's why I feel like this is like the best position for you, because although I feel like you're the main creative point, because without the fucking beat, they're gonna fucking be in a goddamn acapella group, you know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, without your hardcoreness and scheduling, shit would never get done. Yeah. So appreciate that so fucking much, and obviously the boys were lucky, and I hope to be able to hopefully get them on with this, but obviously that might have to wait till there's production to be advertised, and then also egos are ready to be in public eye. That's, and again, if you don't mind, I'll talk to you later about that kind of stuff when it comes to being ready to market, because you see so many groups or artists that go out there that haven't been PR trained, where you see them go off the rails, say shit that's going to bite them in the ass, and then on top of that just end up being more self-destructive in other areas. And you can call that the fucking who's the bitch that got with John Lennon that they always blame for Oko Ono. It's fucking called the Oko Ono effect, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
And
Exactly.
if it ain't a bitch tearing someone apart by saying, "Oh, you deserve more notoriety," it's also someone just kind of being the complacentness, filling the complacent void. Because I think every artist usually has a void that can't be fucking filled, that we consume and get lost in ourselves with.
Yeah.
Especially if you fucking, play an actual instrument, unless you're, even, whether it's your instrumentalist or the writer or something else, when you have a fucking void, you're going to fill yourself, with all that I would hope would be productive with. And I know that's one of the things that I get mad about in current situations, to where, man, I feel like we had, obviously the wheels were going to turn and go whichever direction.
Yeah.
So I try to think to myself, if I was trying to cushion the fall, and I don't know if that's what was going through my mind, if it was also guilt from obviously me fucking around, getting myself in a sticky situation, like, because as much as I'm not Catholic, son of a bitch, do I have those tendencies. And I don't mean fucking finding little boys priest style. I just mean like having the little shreds of Catholic guilt. I'm like, oh, I gotta do this because I fucked up over here, and I get lost in that a lot, to where, they say don't get lost in the sauce, and I'm fucking there stirring my own damn self.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This shit. And I don't know. I get so mad because I'm just like, man, I want to go. This wouldn't happen. I would have been able to do this. But then I think to myself, and this comes back to me not being able to see things through all the way. Or I'll see things through until it's fucking either time to jump ship, or the fucking wheels had done fallen off and I didn't save to put tires back on the bitch. Is that I'm like, well, look, if I didn't have this here, if this distraction wasn't here, would I have completed shit? And that pisses me off to the point where I'm like, where I remind myself, you got to be fucking hardcore. You gotta just fucking do it, and you can't let shit stop you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring this up right now, I guess, but I don't know if I'm gonna have a job on Monday.
Oh wow.
And this is some bullshit, because I've been my most well behaved. You know what I'm saying? There's this one goddess looking broad, and like, regardless of obviously it being way out of my, like, I don't even bother to fucking chit chat. You know what I'm saying? Unless forced to, because we just happen to be crossing paths. But like, I've never, like, I used to be the type, I'd go out of my way. You know what I'm saying? And that would usually win me favor, just because, I'm so charismatic and charming. But I'm talking shit, you're not laughing, so I don't know if you think I'm being serious. I can chill out. But I don't know, I'm just saying, I've been my most behaved.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to talking shit. I realized really quickly, damn, the majority of people in here, I definitely cannot allow any bit of slack, any bit of actual personality, which I know might sound weird and be like, well, you should always be yourself. Well, I'm kind of a bit of a dirty motherfucker. So I've kept a cap on that. So much so to where I got to default to, resting bitch face, just to make sure that I don't insinuate or cater any attention to anything that's going to have my comfortability level to the point where I'm going to talk outside of what a corporate person should. And, me working for the government, like, and wanting to be a grown up and having all those benefits and all that bullshit, I feel like I get too constricted, because obviously I can't talk too freely at home. I'm gonna fucking bruise egos, and I can't fucking talk like that. I can't talk freely at work, because it's fucking work. And unless you're doing what you love, you probably should shut the fuck up when it comes to personal opinions. Anyways, long story short, and I go, I'm gonna stretch out a little bit more, because I've gotten in trouble for, when you do little forward to all emails. I like to include little clip art. I don't know why. It's nothing bad, nothing provocative. But I got lectured to for having pictures in my emails, because it just seemed too free thinking, or you know what I'm saying? Like, you're probably, like, maybe more or less so that I'm wasting too much time to find a fucking picture, even though they don't fucking know how long it took me to find that. They don't know that I had that shit in the holster. You know what I'm saying? They don't know I was fucking fucking snapshotting shit earlier. They don't fucking know. But again, so I understand that. And then I remember I work literally with nothing but women. There's one other guy in our little team, and he had to go take a shit or something, but he calls it taking a bio break, and I was, like for biohazard waste or whatever.
Gotcha.
So I had made a joke, because I was in my office and we had to switch positions from our office to another office and whatever. So we got to relieve the other person. Anyway, so when he sent me the message, I got up to my supervisor was close to him. I'm like, hey, dude has to go take a dookie. I'll be right back. And she's like, what'd you say? I'm like, he needs to use the restroom. She's like, oh, okay, I thought you said something else. And then my dumb ass, just wanting to be honest and not try to get off or get past as a bullshitter, I was like, I'm sorry, I said dookie. And she's like, yeah, I thought you said that. Whatever. Later that fucking day, ends up having a conversation with me. Not to talk like that. I'm like, look, I said fucking dookie. I didn't say shit. I didn't say feces, you know what I'm saying? Dookie. What do we teach what do you normally tell a kid? You gotta go poopy? Or dookie? Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, I used the most basic of, and this bitch is a mom, has a couple kids, one's retarded. Like, I didn't think it was gonna be an issue to where she'd get mad over the fucking word dookie. Whatever. So that's what lets you know what kind of a leash I'm on, right?
Yeah.
So, and again, this happened on Thursday, but supposedly the week prior, I had made a reference about prostitution.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, when the fuck would I make a reference about prostitution? And then she said the word prosti, and I'm thinking, oh shit, which is Spanish. It's like a Spanish slang word for prostitute. I'm thinking, fuck, I would use that word. I'm like, damn, can these bitches read my mind? Is that why they don't like me? Because I'm talking all this fucking shit as I'm looking into their eyes and they can read it?
Yeah. Oh, shit.
Like, I don't know what it is. And anyways, so they brought that up and they told me we had to do an investigation. We're gonna put you on paid leave. You got to call back Monday, see if you can come back Tuesday. If I got the fucking job, and I'm thinking, holy shit, because it all sounds bad because everything is stacked against me. I haven't passed my probationary period yet.
Yeah. And
then this is gonna be, I don't know, second, third time having to talk to me.
Yeah.
But this will see. I hope that it would just be a written. Okay, bam. Unfortunately, I have a mark on my on my record.
Yeah.
But again, because I haven't passed the probationary period, it's so much easier for them. Even though I just learned how to do shit. So like I finally became useful. So it's like, bitch, you would have thrown those 2-3 months away. You know what I'm saying, for me figuring out shit just to let me go now. Yeah. Which is what I don't want, but they're within that grace period because that's what the fucking probationary period is. The fucking grace period. If you fuck it up, well, guess who did that? Yeah. And so part of me is like, I'm like, damn, everything's stacked against me. But then again, I want to say that my work ethic and my quality of work has gone up as far as being a fucking grown up. You know what I'm saying? When you got to be a grown up, you learn to fucking quit fucking around. Yeah, but again, so back to the main thing is I got fucking hit for saying fucking prosti, and I'm thinking to myself, what stuck up? And it comes down to two bitches that I know for sure get pissed off at me and that can't stand me sometimes. Which always look for the red flags, by the way, for those that are listening. But again, so I know which two bitches did it because that very morning we had a meeting. They weren't giving me no fucking eye contact, and at the very end we had what's called good of the order, where we kind of go around the circle and be like, look, is there anything we didn't mention that we should have mentioned? And me, this is before I get, because they had told me first, okay, look, one more fuck up, and this is over the same thing. It has to get taken to HR. Yeah. So I didn't realize, and I found this out Thursday, that it was already taken to HR. So this is what pissed me off. But before I knew that this was all taken to HR, I took it upon myself to talk in the morning, the meeting, to say, look, if I've offended anyone, I apologize. And I was being sincere. The two bitches that I know who caused it, they were looking at the table, and then I even made a reference. I'm like, look, I'm not asking for the human decency to look someone in the eyes when we're having a meeting where we're supposed to be speaking to each other. Yeah. But when I threw that out there, I don't know if I rustled feathers even more by pissing them off. But they stayed looking at the fucking table like they had notes there. Bitch, you don't have no damn notes. I see where your notes is. You ain't looking at them. How dare you not give me eye contact? I kind of threw a little bit of a fit, but I did it in a professional way to again find out that bam, after I made my fucking apology, that I had to go. You know what I'm saying? I had to wait for this investigation, quote unquote. So anyways, I say all that to say I don't think I'm made for for this PR world where, please believe, in the world of Me Too, I totally get it. Rape is bad. No means no. Yeah. But for someone to fucking make again, I didn't even know I really said this outside. This lets me know I shouldn't be high at work, because you know what? The invention of this little fucking vape pen, my nigga, it does wonders, and it stops me from fucking blowing my brains out, because I'll go to the restroom, little toot toot, poop, and fucking I'm back at it. You know what I'm saying? 100% ready to work and just drain myself in the mundane shit that is, the corporate America. And bro, so I say all that to say that as much as I do not want to lose my job, because I've been fucking playing the juggling act just to have this place be my permanent place of residence, which fucks me up that, I pass up on all these other things to stick there, that I'm like, maybe I just shouldn't be doing this shit at all, and I should just go do shit. Go, you know what I'm saying? Like, legit, last night, me and fucking Loops were, I don't know what we were watching, we're having a discussion, and she's also getting pissed that I get so pissed that I'm not flexing my creative muscle and doing what I love. Because I get shit for doing this podcast, you know what I'm saying? And I'll deal with whatever I got to deal with just so I can have my little 4 to 6 hours to record, to edit, to post, to have everything in a scheduled queue, to let it do its work, so that, again, I can do a week's worth of work in one fucking day. Again, it might take a full fucking work shift, but bitch, I'm getting a week's worth of work. How many people can say they can do a week's worth in one fucking day? Yeah,
it's not easy. Yeah, for sure.
So no, it's definitely not. And you got to deal with more fucking people. Me, I'm in a fucking closet with the goddamn lights turned off, maybe a fucking joint lit up, and you know what I'm saying. And I'm talking to the world. Yeah. So I don't know. So part of me was like, and I don't know. And again, I may probably talk to you off hours, and I definitely don't expect the answer. Part of me was like, man, I wonder if fucking Chris will let me crash on the couch while I try to do some fucking stand up. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause it's only about an hour and a half away from LA, and I was like, fucking go there, and you know what I'm saying, do my little fucking tour. Do my little open mics. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I know out there you got to pay your dues. You got to be passing out flyers and all this bullshit. Like.
Yeah, for sure. I got 2 rooms.
I didn't know. But, so, I mean, I don't know. And especially with the way shit's looking, because I keep fucking up, man. I keep saying shit. And obviously, you know how my fucking mouth is. I unfortunately got you in the shitter a few times with my fucking mouth, and,
Yeah.
I mean, ultimately, I'm glad that, forgive me for saying it, but I'm glad that shit dissolved and that you're in a fucking happier place. You're in a way fucking better place, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Can I ask, does she get upset when you mention the ex?
No, we've made it now a laughing matter,
As it should be.
Yeah, we laugh about it now. Not like in a, I don't wish any harm or any bad, because I know that will come back to me, tenfold. But we make light of it now. We try to make fun of it, and that's basically how we go about it. There's no point in dwelling on it. No point in bringing it up as ego hits. We just laugh about it. Whenever it does come up, certain things, they bring it up, we just laugh about it.
Because I didn't know, especially when the last time we hung out and we went to go get some pizza. Because she's so intense, bro. And I laugh because I feel like we're kind of the same person, me and her. Which is a little bit as far as abrasiveness goes.
Yeah, for sure.
And I laugh because I can see her turn on. And when it's time to talk shit, she fucking turns on and she goes, fuck 0 to 60, nigga. She went 100.
Yeah, she don't give no fucks. Which is why I love her.
And that's why I like so much about her shit. I was actually gonna say if ever we want to do a joint thing where she can sit along with you, I'll definitely probably need to edit that fucking episode. But I figured like that'd be some real fun shit to do, because I figured I don't know. I figured she'd be the perfect guest or whatever, which is another reason why I figured if I got to go out there, I can if she doesn't mind it, because I don't know if she's still doing school or what her path is gonna take her, but I would fucking love to be able to have her on once a week and just to talk shit, because I know she can.
Talk shit.
Yeah. And anyways, so going back to that, being as powerful and fierce as she is, I don't know how hard she might, because obviously when you're that strong and fierce, it's because you're sensitive. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I talk all the fucking shit in the world, but you know what I'm saying? I could have a squishy heart from time to time.
Yeah.
If not all the time. And but we don't allow that. We don't show that.
Yeah, for sure.
So I just, again, being presumptuous or whatever, like most hipster fucks are, I just figured she was, often the same. And one of the things that I know with Loops that really gets me into the shits is that if anything comes up of an ex, I literally have to try to pre-plan what I'm gonna say, what conversation could possibly come up. Like I try to avoid all things Wisconsin over the previous X, just because it's gonna bring up just all this fuckery. So like when it comes to football, like I pray to God that the fucking Bears aren't playing the goddamn Packers, because then I'm gonna get bullshit. Remember that time you were with that bitch that was from Wisconsin? Like, oh goodness, how could you bring this up out of fucking watching a goddamn game? Like I don't even want to know about scores, because if I bring up, you know what I'm saying? The it's limitless how easy it is to fall into that trap and then have to re-go through every bullshit, which is why in relationships, and again I'm now realizing this, that if you start off on any kind of false pretense, it creates a cloud of guilt, and that fucking shit lingers, man. I feel like in a relationship, like it would really, I don't know how the fuck you could fan a cloud away. You know what I'm saying? Because it ain't a matter of just fucking air. There's shit more complex than that.
Oh yeah.
So it's so hard to get over that hump and then not have that be just the end all be all of where the fuck fights go.
Yeah.
Which is why it's difficult for me to be in that kind of relationship, because motherfucker, I broadcast my shit and I talk about this shit, and it's like I have there's like how the when you get what's your Mandela rights.
Oh, yeah.
What is it? Miranda rights.
Yeah, Miranda rights. There you go.
So you know what I'm saying? Everything you say can and will be used against you, and it's so funny that is in fact a thing. So that's why I'm like, man, I got to be in a freer environment to where that's not gonna be the case. And again, we all have control of where we are, even if we're down on our luck. Yeah. Still, the decisions we make,
for sure,
get us there.
Yeah, you still have a choice at the end of the day.
Yeah, and this is not to give any credibility to fucking Mr. Kanye West, who said, we chose to be slaves.
Yeah.
What'd you think of that term of phrase, if you don't mind me asking?
I don't think it's a simple question to answer, because a lot of them were forced. I mean, don't get me wrong, you could have fought back, but
you'd be dead.
I mean, exactly. So it's kind of like, it's either you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. And I think that's a situation that's really, it's fucked up for sure. Right. Foremost. But
let's take it metaphorical though. Metaphorical slaves, not just being in fucking chains and handcuffs. Which again, you have a choice. It's not a good fucking choice. It's not the easiest of choices.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's either you follow the machine or you don't follow the machine. It's. I would have used those terms necessarily, because it sounds so. It's got just a nasty stigma to it. But I mean, at the end of the day, if you take away the whole, you chose to be a slave, you say you chose to follow the machine or chose to follow the rut, then if you, it's just like when people complain about, oh, my job sucks, or my relationship sucks, then do something about it. You have the power, you have the choice. I mean, granted, you can't control the other person, but you have the option to either A, leave the job, B, leave the person, C, change your own attitude, D, change your out. You control what you do yourself, So you have control of yourself, and that affects a lot of things, So I think, yes, you do have, the choice to either join or not to join, and one's for sure a lot more difficult, and that's what I think makes that decision so much harder. It's like, fuck it, let me just go with the machine. I don't care. Let me go with the rut. Fuck it. Because it takes effort. Like, for example, you're talking about wanting to come out to LA and do comedy, and you just mentioned there's flyers, there's the time you got to put in, and just like anything in life, if it's worth something, it's fucking difficult to get, because if not, everybody and their mom would be fucking rich, prosperous, have great lives, but that's the thing, it's hard to attain, and usually that's what breaks people down, is trying to get there, and that's what it is. Just like weight loss. People start the gym January 1st. Next thing you know, it's January 5th, and I'm fucking done. I'll see you later. Give me back my money. You know what I mean?
You gotta give it the old college try. Yo, speaking of which, because you told me about this bike, and bro, first thing I fucking did as soon as I saw the text, I was like, I had to fucking Google it, and I'm like, is this nigga trying to be in a fucking with running around with that nigga with one nut, something Armstrong?
Oh,
like, is he
fucking Armstrong, Lance Armstrong.
Lance Armstrong.
Lance Armstrong.
Possibly. He was an astronaut before. Is that the same guy? The guy who lost a nut, who became a bike guy? Wasn't he a NASA person before? Astronaut?
I think they might have sent him to space. I think, I can't remember. Either way, he's got one nut. He got convicted of doing.
And he rides a bicycle.
Yeah, you did the Tour de
Again,
France.
and I'm not saying you have one nut, but when I saw that bike, that's exactly what I was fucking thinking. I was like, holy shit. And then, because at first I'm thinking, maybe is this like a this is so funny. This is oxymoron. To think of a beach cruiser with the 5 speeds. Doesn't that sound ridiculous? A beach cruiser with 5 speeds? Like, I wasn't too sure, like, if it was... Because, you know, normal, training bikes, racing bikes are 5 speeds, aren't they? Or some shit? Or more, at least?
I want to say there may be either 5 or 6 speed, I believe. I think
For sure, yeah, at least a 6 speed. Just like a car.
Yeah.
Is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
So that as opposed to just... When you have a bike that has one fucking gear only, again, a la normally a beach cruiser.
One trail thought, just go.
You know, so yeah, just go. I'm just gonna. We're not really going fast. We're not really going slow. You can just go or you don't go. And so, anyways, so I always thought it was an oxymoron to have a beach cruiser, which I've seen with 5 or 6 speeds. Think, well, it's not really a fucking cruiser anymore. But at the same time, it's just it's what you're using it for. Again, you know. Are you training? Are you trying to just get there for transportation? Are you trying to get there fast? Or are you just chilling? You know what I'm saying? Trying to look cute. Because I always thought that beach cruisers look dope. To me, they're the heart. They're the is it called a bobcat? They're the bobber. They're the bobber of bicycles. I always thought. That's what I mean. I guess more cholo bikes would be the bobber of bicycles. But I always thought beach cruisers were. You still with me?
No, there was a disconnection, a problem with connectivity, so we actually had to hang up, call right back, and then the show just picks up right from where you hear it now.
Hello?
Bro.
What's up?
I don't know what happened. It looked like it got frozen and the connection was lost.
Yeah, I ended the call. You want me to stop Logic?
No, don't stop Logic, actually. That's the reason for my call. I'm like, do not stop it just yet. Oh, and that was also being for real. Again, not to try to butt my way in, but if it is any fucking way possible that I can, you know what I'm saying, go out there not only to be able to see you, like for me to try to pursue that shit, because you're in the perfect place for it, bro.
Yeah.
You really are.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we have a Laugh Factory. That's a pretty big comedy club. And they always have amateur night.
Bro, Laugh Factory and the comedy club is where I'm trying to go to.
Yeah.
Again, I know it's fucking. You got to really aim for the jugular because this is definitely the no fucking around zone. But I'd rather go straight up into the hardcore than pussyfoot around, amateurs that, I don't know.
Yeah. No,
I've always thought. Because I've always thought, like, obviously, if you can't make it in your hometown, you might not be able to make it anywhere else. But at the same time, sometimes that might not be the best beacon.
Yeah, I mean, like they say, everyone the mom comes to LA, for music, for comedy. Yeah, man, I have 2 spare rooms. I know Brittany won't give a shit. But yeah, me personally, I'd rather, if I can help you, you know how I am. I'm always down for the fucking brown. Whether it's eating food or fucking, you know what I mean? I'm always down for the brown.
I appreciate that. And, yeah, man, so... When all this shit had popped off, like, it became more of a thought to me. Actually, it didn't become a thought until Loops had actually threw it out there. Yeah. Because she sees how miserable I can be not doing what I love. And obviously, and not having this fucking scare factor of oh, actually, I'm going to restart my Wi-Fi real quick. But having the scare factor of not having the gig, like, that's fucking, like, I'm a fucking adult, man. I shouldn't be having to worry about being able to fucking keep a job because, you know what I'm saying, I'm not as dumb as I look. And I should know better. And I feel like I do, but at the same time, and I feel like the universe is just, you can't escape shit from the universe. And the signs that it's been given lately, especially with, my fights and bickering and stuff, is like, dude, you're obviously not fucking happy. Get to fucking stepping and do something with that other than continuing and then just have this be a never-ending cycle of the shit that you've been going through.
Yeah.
And it sounds fucked up, but like as much as I did, because I feel like I was provoked from my previous situation to where I had to do the right thing. And not to say that it's okay to be the bad guy sometimes, but if someone's going to get hurt, let it be the fucking one and done of her, another continuance of it. And I feel like that's what I keep doing, man. Like I keep hurting the same wound. I don't fucking intend to. Like I didn't even think I was that. I'm not even that good at aiming. How the fuck am I continuing to hit you in the same sore spot? And that's where I guess I prayed that I hadn't done that to you, because my eyes were really open, bro. Where I thought to myself, like, I felt so bad, you know, and for, you know what I'm saying, like, I don't know, like, I hope you don't think and I'm pretty sure, I mean, obviously not everyone thinks anyone's perfect, and I definitely don't deserve that, but like, I hope that I haven't pissed you off that much to where you hold anything against me in any sort of way. Because again, when it having those little come to Jesus moments, and I realize like how I would be with her, and then how I would be with like my old homie Rudy. That's where it got, because he would bring certain things to light that now I'm understanding, and I'm like, fuck, man, I hope I never pissed off Wolf Polly in that way. And so anyways, out of nowhere, as you know, we're talking, I'm talking shit about some comedian. She's like, well, why don't you go? She's like, where do people go? I'm like, oh, well, this is recorded in Laugh Factory, or, you know, oh, this is, you know, the Comedy Store is probably Shore's mom. And so I'm telling all these things. She's like, well, why don't you just go there? I'm like, yeah, I could just fucking go there. Like, bitch, I gotta pay my dues. I gotta do a bunch of shit that, you know, would take a lot of time. Can't just go there and be like, yeah, I came from Arizona, I'm gonna do a fucking guest spot. Like, you know, I gotta, you know what I'm saying, work the door. I gotta fucking host. I gotta, you know, do all these things, which I wouldn't mind doing anyway, because it's doing something you love. Anyways, but she told me, she's like, well, why don't you just fucking go live with fucking Master Bruce? And I'm just like, I don't think he'd fucking. And then it entered my head, and then I'm thinking to myself, well, would he? And then I'm thinking to myself, well, I don't know. So again, it became so gnarly of a thought that I couldn't compute, and I was like, no.
What?
I could do that. Nerf. But no, dude. So truly, that's that came into my mind, and if that's fucking possible, bro, I mean, I guess I'd have to fucking, you know, I'd owe you as many fucking blowjobs as fucking would. You know what I'm saying? Like, but
yeah, for sure. Let me Britt. When do you think this will happen?
I don't know. Honestly, no.
Depends on Monday.
Yeah, well, because check this out. What I'm hoping for, and I'm hoping I'm going to talk this into existence. What I'm hoping for is that come Monday, they tell me, look, we figured it out. We fired those two hoes. We want you to come back. We're going to give you a fucking raise. We'll make sure to, if we can't blow you, at least give you a fucking rub and tug. You know, come back. We need you. That's best case scenario. More realistic, hopeful scenario is they tell me, look, you'll come back Tuesday. You haven't lost your job. You got this shit streak on your panties. You know what I'm saying? Behave yourself. And if I can at least have that, then I want to be able to see. This is the thing too. Like, I want to eliminate debt, but it ain't gonna happen if I stay in the same situation. So what I would then want to do would be to figure out if they could handle rent while I'm gone, and if not, then, you know, it would take having to try to get rid of this fucking house without going under too much, and that's the main goal. But what I would hope is that, and again, I don't know how much time you guys would need, but I would at least hope that I can, you know what I'm saying, get the fam out in Mesa, or figure out how they can, you know, stay solidified here. Because I know, there's a couple other moving parts to where maybe, you know what I'm saying, I can, because I not to put my girl's shit on blast, but like her sisters are going through some shit. And if one dyke leaves the other dyke, then one dyke can hopefully live here in my place. And that way I can keep this shit churning. But worst case scenario, though, nigga, as quickly as you let me, because I feel like you gotta strike with the iron's hot, and I run on fucking steam, you know. So, I mean, shit, nigga, either as soon as possible, you know what I'm saying, or, whenever you would permit. So no rush, because again, I have no idea what's going on your end of things. And obviously I wouldn't want to fucking impose, but I feel, especially with this being a matter of, especially because I'm gonna be buskinging it for a minute, so I know transportation is gonna take forever. Like I legit just would want it just so I can fucking go to sleep and not worry about getting raped in the fucking, in the streets.
No, for sure.
And obviously I would want to fucking show anytime you'd have the availability for it, but like I imagine if something is an hour and a half drive and shit normally takes double in a vehicle, I can just imagine how I would be on a fucking train or bus. I don't know what kind of fucking system you guys got out there, but I imagine half the day would be in travel anyway. So again, I don't know, but obviously I'll let you guys discuss it and you can let me know. But if that's a fucking possibility, man, I really feel, dude, we could fucking attack shit on all cylinders. I would hope that I can make it and what I want to do, and hopefully, be able to have any bit of sliver or, assistance with your current projects, man. I feel like, fuck, that would just be, I feel a lot of creative juices just coming fucking full force. And I always thought, because I guess it's always been my wanting to wait, even though you can't just wait for something to come to you. So you just gotta fucking do it. And one of the things that I always figured is that when I've met someone, unless they fucking can't stand me, which is very possible, and obviously it happens, people can genuinely like me. And I always felt like, man, if I just fucking talk to the right person, what I'm saying, I'd be able to, what I'm saying, get my dick in. I know that's real fucking presumptuous and fucking egotistical, but like, I don't know, I believe that,
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, as long as you go out there and try it, it doesn't have to say you try. I mean, at the least expense to yourself,
Right.
If you can fucking go out there, let's say you capture, I imagine being intelligent is fucking wing at the bite.
Say that one more time?
I said, when you come out here, are you gonna, I don't know, like your situation, are you bringing a car yourself, or, you know what I mean, like, what's your mode?
Well, I'm not too sure if I would use that to get out there. I'm not too sure, again, if I'm gonna be busking in it, like literally with whatever I can fucking carry on my back.
Yeah, because what I was gonna say was, if anything, you could either fly out here, you get a one-way ticket for like $49, go to Southwest Airlines, bring your fucking bag, bring your clothes and shit, at least enough clothes for 2 weeks, you know what I mean? And then fucking buy a bike when you're down here. And there's a tram that goes from Lancaster all the way to fucking LA. I want to say, don't quote me, but I want to say it's about a 60-minute ride on the stupid tram.
Oh, no shit.
So I think, but don't quote me though. If you want, I can look it up real quick and see how long it actually is. But I want to say it'll take you to fucking LA in 60 minutes.
Damn, yeah, that's about what I was projecting. An hour and a half.
Yeah, because it takes you about 45 minutes to get to LA from where I live. If there's traffic's not fucking gay as fuck. Let me see. What's it called? Amtrak.
I've heard of this Amtrak you speak of.
Here, I'll talk to you on the thing.
Okay, cool. And now we're back. wait. Take two.
Good morning,
and now we're
America.
Back.
We're back for season 2. We've been gained 10 more episodes. Congratulations.
Well, I've gained 10 more pounds.
But if you want, let me check out this the Amtrak real quick, so I can give you a good idea. Let me see. Yeah, it's called the Metro track, but they call it the Amtrak out here. Lancaster.
Yo, really quickly, while you look that up, I gotta ask you a question. Yeah. If you had a time machine, what would you either change, like stop, start, or who would you talk to?
In general?
Yeah, just off the top of your head, whether you can stop something, start something, or change something, or just talk to someone, what would you do if you had a time machine?
I would go back and talk to young back in high school and tell them to care about certain things, not to care about certain things. That's basically it. I wouldn't change. I would still go through all the hardships I had because it made me who I am today, but I would not. I would just tell young. I would tell them, hey, you know, Kanye West can get pretty big. You should invest in that fucker. So, you know, Bitcoin. You know what that is? Yeah, go put some money in that. No, but I mean, I always tell, like, you know, not to worry about so much about relationships. You know, enjoy playing guitar with your friends. Enjoy college. You know, try to make the best of what you got, like that. I mean, stuff like that. I'm not gonna, you know, like I said, I appreciate
Totally
my
accept.
hardships. You know, I appreciate my hardships. Made me who I am. But I would definitely tell, hey, dude, don't do that. You're gonna make things a lot difficult. Just avoid this one per se. The rest you can endure, but don't do this one.
And it would be so tempting. Like, it's so tempting to not want to stop. Because, I feel what you're saying. I feel like if it wasn't for certain hardships, I wouldn't probably have the knowledge that I have now. In which case, I would totally erase me going back in time to telling them something because I wouldn't fucking know it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it would be too tempting to not want to fucking deer off and be like, look, nigga, I am. Maybe that's why it always sounds so dramatic. I don't know if it was in Justice League. Flash had to go back in time, right?
Yeah, you had to fuck everything up. Like, oh,
Yeah, and tell him, don't do this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Use a condom at all times.
No matter how good it feels.
No matter how warm and juicy. Sorry, your time is up. You had 30 seconds. Ah, shit.
Right?
Fucking, I was there fucking 20 minutes talking about the coochie. No, but is there anyone historically you'd ever want to fucking talk to?
Historically, probably not. I don't really give two shits about historical figures. I mean, it may be kind of cool to talk to the guy that created, what's his fucking name? The guy that created the guitars, but I'm not too hard
Les
on
Paul?
guitars anymore. Yeah, I know, fucking Fender something. His name's actually Fender.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I
that guy.
remember his first name, but yeah, that guy. Maybe talk to him, but other than that, I mean, I really don't care about historical figures too much. I mean, thank you for what you did or whatever it may be, but it's whatever.
Well, shit, because I know besides me wanting to fucking somehow hop a train and fucking being able to meet Amy, I don't legit, and again, this is without me wanting to sound like a fucking Bible thumper, I would want to know who the fuck Jesus was and be like, look, nigga, you are in fact a nigga. I had to point that out to everybody. You know what I'm saying? You definitely aren't, I mean, at least more olive skin than fucking pale, that's for damn sure.
Yeah.
I would want to know, like, what the fuck were you talking about here? And is you married? And, you know, like, because I feel like so much stuff was, you know, obviously blockaded in order to make sure that people would be as pure and dedicated to the government.
Yeah.
So they obviously don't want to talk about fucking any kind of fucking around that Jesus might have did. And I tried to make reference as to how many years each shit was. So the only point of reference I really do have is a fucking Kevin Smith movie called Dogma. Did you ever watch that?
You're breaking up. Say it one more time. I heard something like Chemist.
Did you ever watch Kevin Smith's movie Dogma?
Yes, I have not seen it all the way through as an adult, so I can't really recall. I just remember what's name's head blowing up at the very end. That's like the biggest thing I remember.
Fuck you, Batman. No, well, the reason I bring that up is because he makes a reference, or Chris Rock's character makes a reference that in the Bible, the ages of Jesus go from 13 to 33, because that's when he died at 33. So there's really no of him coming up other than, like, the only time I remember hearing a story of Jesus as a kid, because they say he was 13, but I don't fucking remember hearing that unless that's how old he was when he brought up that Lazarus nigga. I have no idea. But the only story I can remember thinking is him being in the church telling his mom, like, bitch, I'm with my daddy right now. Like, that's the only story I can think of. But whatever. They're saying between 13 and 33 he was gone. So imagine if that was the time frame that you were gone from. That's a big chunk of time. That's probably your most developed. I mean, they say we are who we are by the age of 7, but there's a lot of development time from 13 to 33.
Oh, for sure.
So I'm just kind of curious whether or not, you know, conspiracy theories of him being out in India and fucking learning from Buddhist monk fucking, who's the fat guy everyone runs his belly. Supposedly there's like interconnection with him and Buddha.
I heard the fat guy.
Buddha. Supposedly he was out, you know, he studied with Buddha or something like that, learning ways of the monk and being passive and things like that. I don't know. I'd be curious. I would want to know that. I'm like, dude, what part are we missing? What's all the shit that they took out? Can you give us that? You know?
Is this even translated correctly?
Yeah, dude, think about it. Fucking William fucking Shakespeare, goddamn Bill Shakespeare, was translating, what was it? Arabic, some Greek, lot in Hebrew to fucking Latin, like, and then for us to expect to have any translation of shit from Latin to English. Like, of course, now we're more capable, but I don't know. There's so much shit that's hidden and put away. That's what I would want to fucking. I don't know if you have any big ones like that where you'd want to like know something like, I don't know. Not to want to, of course, pass on the good word, but just to know for my own fucking sake, you know, like because there's so many things that are contradictory or that forces you into one bit of negativity that can sometimes just be all around avoided. I feel like there's so many of bad shit could have been all the way avoided. Going back to eating, you know, healthier choices and or making healthy choices when you eat, and then you working out. So back to the bike thing, because I don't know how the fuck I took the loop that I did this. I guess that's when the shit cut off. So going back to the bike, I never do this. I never actually make it full circle. Sometimes being high, so I appreciate you riding this bike with me. Back to the bike. Did I mention bike? Tell me about your bike. Did you pick it up already?
I haven't got it yet. The guy never fucking responded back. So I fucking.
Oh, he flaked on you?
Yeah. Well, he didn't flake on me per se. I mean, my brother messaged him. I messaged him. Alfredo messaged him. So many people messaged him, but no fucking response. So I don't know if the dude just doesn't want to sell his bike no more. I mean, it's a badass bike for. I mean, he only wants. Hopefully.
Well, you know what though? You gotta think about what that's doing too, because you pointed out a $300 to $400 difference, if not more, and he's getting all these people blowing him up for the fucking bike.
Yeah.
He's probably thinking, who the fuck do I give it to?
Well, he hasn't responded back to any of us. The thing is, the guy said $825, and my brother's like, well, let's see if we can get it $800. He was like, well, can I get it for $800? It's easier to pull out of the bank, which I think is a pretty reasonable gesture.
It's a big lump sum.
You know, I was like, $800 is easier to pull out than $825, I'll tell you that. And the guy just never responded back. And then I hit him up on Thursday saying, hey, I'm interested in your bike. Is it still available? I didn't even ask about pricing. I said, is it still available? And then Alfredo did the same thing on Thursday. You know, is your bike still available? And nothing. It's still on eBay. It's still on fucking Craigslist. It's still there looking at me, smiling at me. But the deal was, if the guy didn't respond back, I'm going to buy parts for my Harley instead. So that's where I'm at now.
Okay.
Yeah, because my brother has an extra bike. Because when we did our bikes together, my girl's stepbrother gave me his bike, which is like a $700 bike. However, that nigga's like 6'2", 6'3", so that bike's sized for him. Me, I used to be 5'9". Now that I'm a little fat shit, I'm 5'8". Well, I probably was 5'8" the whole entire time, but I like to blow my ego just a little bit. So I will never fit that fucking bike. That bike's for a tall ass nigga. You know, I'm unfortunately not that. So I will never fit that bike. So my brother is 6 foot 6'1" on a good day. So I was like, you know what? You'll fit this bike more. You know, I'll go buy a new one. But I think for what we'll do now is just he'll let me borrow his other one that he was going to use for himself because it's a little shorter. I probably still won't fit it, but it'll be a lot more comfortable than a fucking 6'2" bike. You know what I mean?
Yo, I never took into correlation that there's bike sizes for the fucking height. And that was my biggest gripe, because especially early on in life, I was just that butterball with, I think those are legs, and you know what I'm saying, like to have fucking, you know, hop on and saying not get a fucking asshole full of metal, like, you know.
Yeah, like when I sit on that bike, my nuts were like resting on the bar. I'm like, I already eat shit, my nuts are fucking done. They're gonna get fucking smashed and game over. Chris is dead. Kill Chris now. He can't reproduce. Ain't no point for that nigga. Kill him.
Oh, you can still fuck though. I would hope.
Yeah,
who knows?
I can't pass on my last name, so I can't.
Yo, hey, see, you know what's so funny is that as much as I don't care so much about namesake, there is something engraved in us, and I guess that's just our human instincts of having to fucking pass on, having to reproduce. Like, after getting to know kids more, I feel, what the fuck's the point?
Yeah.
And some people, you know what I'm saying, we shouldn't be overpopulating. Yeah. But at the same time, obviously, when it's fucking yours, it's like, nigga, this is the king. He will rule over all. Yeah. You are lucky that he hasn't reached fucking his full level just yet. It's his final form. You guys are fucked when this is all done. Right. Like, so they're definitely that comes into play. Yeah. And I totally understand that. But let me ask you, one of the things I got, and because I know we're getting pressed for time, tell me about that fucking Tim Burton restaurant that you went to.
Yeah.
And it always, you hardly post on Snap, at least that I noticed.
Yeah.
But when you do, you're always fucking doing something real dope. You know what I'm saying? If it isn't a cutesy doggy picture, you're always fucking somewhere crazy. Is obviously being in Cali, is it just a plethora of shit like that out there?
Oh, for sure. Like, especially when you go deeper into LA. I mean, it's fucking hipster central. I mean, it's it definitely has like, when we go to Tempe, you go to fucking Mill Avenue. That's fucking everywhere in LA. Hollywood's a fucking shit show, not in a bad way.
Oh, I can imagine.
There's fucking you got
circus,
everything there. I mean, you got Meeble Records, you got badass restaurants, you got the Museum of Death, you got fucking hipster places, you got fucking Danny Trejo's Tacos, you got fucking bums trying to suck dick for $1. Bless you, brother, but I don't want your mouth on my dick. But
$1 hard. That's a hard bargain.
But there's a shitload of stuff in LA. Even like we went to Pasadena, and I've only been to Pasadena just once so far, and man, like I went to Pasadena, I'm like, fuck, am I in Tempe? Like everything's so fucking hipster, and like all these little shops and fucking this and that, mom and pop here and there. I'm like, this is kind of cool, And
really quickly, let me pause really quickly. You mentioned Pasadena. Have you ever watched oh my god, fuck, never mind. I totally forgot. It was some kind of Netflix show. Some white girl falls in love with some Hawaiian kid, lives in Pasadena. She was a fucking big time lawyer in New York. And then, like, out of all fucking places, you're in Pasadena. But apparently it's been up and coming like that, right?
Yeah. There's a lot of building over there. It's cool, man. Like the downtown's pretty clean. I mean, I only went around a little bit. I didn't go around all fucking crazy, but it was pretty cool, And only reason why I found Beetle Bar, I think it's called Beetle Bar, is I went to Amoebo's Records and I saw this thing said Beetle Bar, and I think Brittany might have seen it online. That was a Tim Burton inspired restaurant. However, that bitch had a line out the door. I said, fuck it, let me go into the bar real quick while Brittany finds parking. So I go in there, and as soon as I go upstairs, boom, there's Catwoman, full on latex, fucking Michelle Pfeiffer serving alcohol drinks at the bar. I'm like, damn, that's fucking bad. And boom, Edward Scissorhands.
Bro, you had to been, you being who you is, aka Master Bruce, you had to have fucking have fallen in love right away, or for the sheer idea, or were you kind of pissed that she didn't kind of have the same face?
I mean, she had the face. She was, pale complexion and whatnot. Hello there. I mean, instantly I'm like, oh, it's Catwoman in latex and Tim Burton. Yeah, I mean, I was like, whoa. However, I think I was just so like, damn, this fucking restaurant's fucking sick that I didn't really get a chance to like deeply. She didn't have my attention, put it that way. Okay. There's Edward Scissorhands, full getup. Nigga had everything. He had the hands. He was talking all weird. He was looking at me trying to cut my hair, like they did in the fucking movie. The food was fucking delicious. I was kind of a little buzzed. I had a fucking fat ass fishbowl AMF, and that was pretty strong as fuck, and it was cool.
Wait. Have you changed your ways to where you'll eat with the drink now? Because before you couldn't eat if you were drinking.
Yeah. Now, Chris is different now. Chris drinks alcohol, unfortunately.
What's wrong with that?
Not willingly, but Chris drinks alcohol now. Just because Chris gets put in situations where he has to drink. So Chris now kills
or else to start talking shit.
Yep. So Chris,
you let peer pressure get you.
Oh yeah, wherever gets put in front of me gets fucking killed immediately because I don't like sipping on it. I don't like enjoying it. Get it out of here. Let me drink it and get it out of here.
Oh, dude, you had to have caught a fucking buzzing super goddamn quickly. So you slammed that shit.
Well,
that picture you sent me.
I attempted to slam it. I think Brittany slammed the first one pretty damn good. I tried to slam it. Second one, I'll take credit for that one. I took half and half with Brittany. And then the guy made us an AMF just regular, and that motherfucker tasted like 91 octane. I was like, oh. And so I was like, fuck it, let me pound it real quick. Pounded that bitch, and I was like, all right, good morning, America, back again. But yeah.
Let me ask you a personal question. Do you feel like fucking drunk makes it a whole lot more intense?
The experience, or just
or you guys sober up by the time you guys get home and.
Oh no, I was fucking lit. We're on the way home. We're playing our songs on the car in the aux.
Ooh, you had to be blasting that up.
Oh yeah, everyone was singing. It was great. I even have recordings of it. It was great. It was awesome. People that so we went with a favorite couple of ours, which is Brittany's stepsister and her now fiance. They've only heard our music every blue moon. However, we put it on the aux, and everybody was singing the song. I'm like, what the fuck? You guys never heard this shit. Why are you singing it? How do you know the goddamn... Who's leaking my shit? I need to know now. And it was great because they all knew the lyrics and they were singing along, and it was fucking kumbaya as fuck, and I liked it. You know, it was awesome.
Oh, that's fucking beautiful. I was gonna say, so do you have that officially on SoundCloud yet, or is that still what's in the works right now?
Today, hopefully everything goes up today on SoundCloud. We have one. I think we had one song on SoundCloud, but it was a very raw version, so it wasn't a final product of a song called Tokyo Dreams. But hopefully today, later on today, maybe in the afternoon, we should have at least a couple songs up on SoundCloud, so we have a little bit of a catalog to choose from. But that's to be determined today. So hopefully,
well, I'll definitely have that all that information in the links below and whatnot. But do you guys already have a URL for what the page is, or is that still to be determined?
No, we have a page. I think it's just SoundCloud/BMO Boys all together.
BIMOBOYZ.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
On SoundCloud, cool.
Yeah, that should at least be there. And we have Instagram too, same thing, BMO Boy. I think on Instagram, I think it might be BMO Boys Entertainment or Incorporated. I can't tell. I can't remember. We had to make a tag out of it on Instagram to show that we were a brand or we were a group. We had to add Incorporated or Entertainment to it.
See, I was always perplexed when it came down to going ENT for entertainment or going INC for Incorporated. Yeah. Now, I almost feel that more conglomerate frame of thinking is INC. Yeah. But at the same time, you got to let motherfuckers know what it is that you're doing, which you'd want to go ENT.
Yeah. I want to say it's ENT. But I might be wrong though.
And so you know what? Now that you mention this, I'm gonna go through my Dropbox here, and want to take a look and see if I have what the last track was that you sent me. One of it looked like a Overwatch name.
Yeah, it's Diva. Yeah.
Yes.
Diva. Yeah.
That one again. It was on some like way stronger Little Sky. Who's the singer from who would always be on Little Sky songs? He has the flowingly beautiful hair.
Fucking his name Landon Cube or something.
Landon something. Yeah. That's the kind of feels I was getting from that one. Is that going to be on the EP or on what you upload?
Yes. That's our. We try to emulate what a
is
song
that the flagship
would sound
single?
Like. Not the flagship single. I'm not gonna reveal which one that one is because hopefully it fucking hits because I think it hits.
Okay. Cool.
But that one was trying to capture what it would be like if we performed at Rolling Loud or like a concert. I was like, the way the song's put together. I imagine coming on the stage on the intro and then when the drop hits and boom, the whole crowd singing the next part. That was my thought of that song, and that was kind of trying to go back to the whole having a song where people can feel like, oh man, this is a song at a concert. Hopefully it doesn't take away too much from the quality of the song, but that was the idea though of that one. That was a hype song. Okay.
Well, let me ask you, because another hype song that I remember you sending, and for whatever reason, I thought I had both the acapella, or not the acapella, the full version and the instrumental, Flexin'. Does anybody jump on that one?
No, that one's been shelved for the meantime. We're trying to write more maturely, not just just fucking spitting bars like we're Eminem back in the fucking 90s. So now we're trying to trying to do choruses, trying to do bridges, trying to do it properly. So at least there's some substance. It's not just someone trying to fucking catch their fucking lines on fire all the time or be fucking flame.
They gotta gas it up. Yeah. Well, then speaking of gassing shit up, then being that I always love when I see albums that are both self-titled, both the band, the album, and then the lead record track. Yeah. In that frame of thinking, is BMO Baby gonna be on there?
Oh yeah, but I think we're gonna. BMO Baby's gonna be the hitter. BMO Baby's gonna be the flagship model at the current second. Because that song is so developed now. We have a new version of it, and it has another chord, or another verse on it with a third guy, and it's just a nice contrast from each person and what they put into it. That it flows so evenly that I think that's going to be the flagship one. That one and another one called.
I didn't want you to reveal it. I was just asking. I just asked if it was going to be on there.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Now, when I heard that song, it was at its super early stages. Yeah. So I'm very excited to see where that goes. And I got to ask you, I doubt that it's being used, but I want to be proven wrong here. At least I want to hear the good news of Jesus Christ coming. Is Drunken, this track that you had with that Sade song, has anybody used that one yet?
No, that one's been shelved as well. I would like to use it. I like that sample a lot. However, I don't think it's relevant at this current time. We're trying to ride what's trending, what's relevant. I would like to push that out. I want to pull a Drake and push that out. Or pull an X and trying to catch them in first and flip the fucking switch. I would like to do that, but right now that's too ambitious at the second with 4 people. So I'm gonna put that one on the back burner. But I would like to release it though, eventually, whenever it's fully fleshed out.
That's what's up. Well, I depending on how much freedom I have, I feel my feels right now. My head fucking jump in that bitch and send it to you. By the way, those past couple things that I sent you, again, obviously super fucking raw and off the little bit of time that I have, where either I can jerk off right now or I can try to record.
Yeah.
Say that literally what my options come down to when I have fucking alone time.
Yeah.
But did you ever get to hear them like?
Oh yeah. I heard.
Were they just too fucking ridiculous?
No, I heard Contigo. Which one did I hear? I heard more than. I can't remember which one it was. I liked more than the other. I think it might have been Contigo.
I was gonna ask you, out of all of them, was Contigo the one? Because I want to say that was probably the one that I, after listening, I'm like, because every time I hear something, I'm like, and then I'm like, all right, well, this one was kind of like, I don't mind repeating. I'm not too embarrassed about. I think that's what it comes down to. How embarrassed are you when fucking shit pops up?
Yeah, I think it was Contigo because that's when you had a lot of effects on, right? Like you had ad libs and stuff, and you had effects on them. I want to say it was Contigo.
I'm trying to remember what I actually said on that's the way that I remember. And I think that was the very first song that I sent you.
No, I think it was the second one because the first one was
Don't even mention the flexing one because that was done so ridiculously. I legit wish I could have turned back time just so I could have fucking stopped it. But you're right though. The Contigo one did have the effects because I was singing at the beginning of it, talking about time. Yeah. He doesn't wait for anyone, which again is so relevant right now as far as like where the fuck my mind is. And again, those very same shenanigans is what I'm saying has gotten me in trouble.
Yeah.
And I don't know if mother has heard those things, because I figured that's what's gonna get me in the fuck. If I haven't got kicked out of my fucking own house yet, that's the motherfucker's gonna do it.
Yeah.
And that beat though, which originally was, I think it was still Contigo, right? Is that what you guys named it? Because that was the name of the beat, and I went with that. Like,
yeah. That's how I named it to be.
Is that gonna be released?
No. That one's also, we want to rework that one. All the ones you've potentially out of we have 4 that are balancing right now. It's gonna be BMO Baby, The One, Diva, and Tokyo will be the 4 that will be coming out. We don't know if we're gonna do 2 and 2 or 3 and 1 or fucking all 4 at once. We haven't decided yet as far as marketing what's going to be the best route. We're thinking one strong one not weak, but one not as powerful.
A B-side.
Yeah, not necessarily a B-side. Nope.
I'm sorry.
I think the guys are here. Let me see real quick.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and I figure we're already running on that time. That's kind of why I was hitting with the matter that we're on. But no, not to say, because B-side I feel like has such a negative connectivity to it. I legit feel like when, especially with, I've been really obsessed. My baby loves her so much, and I of course fucking ogle at her as well. A singer named Kali Uchis.
Yeah.
She is a Colombian bred but lived in Virginia kind of chick. Anyways, she her last record.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. She I forget what her single was, but she had one club banger, and she had one for the Latinos, and then she had one that was more obscure. So when you do release this, it probably would be beautiful to do 3 or 4 at a time, all at once, as long as they're going different directions.
Exactly. That was my idea. You have a catalog, you can choose what flavor you like, and that was my idea, was to do all 4, but I don't want to blow my load on the first run.
Gotcha.
Oh, and they keep calling me.
Okay. Yeah.
I gotta open the gate though.
Okay. Well then, yeah, man. Then all it up, man. I appreciate you doing this shit with me, and I appreciate all of y'all listening, all of you ladies, gentlemen, and Reese's Pieces in between. Thanks again, and as always, this is the Soul Papo Sessions, episode 2SPiCsOnePOD. Speaking of which, please go and say what's up to my boy, Master Bruce, aka on IG Wolfboy_13. I definitely want you to check out his BMO Boys on the SoundCloud, which I will have in the links below. Don't have that information now. Either which way, you're going to be very happy that you did. And again, I appreciate you. Love y'all so much. At SoulPapo, SoulPapo on most social medias. And of course, you can always become a producer of the show by going to www.patreon.com/SoulPapo. Either which way, I hope you have a good rest of your day. And God bless. I came.